Let's have a conversation. As you all know, I'm in the middle of broadcasting all 11 parts of my newest series, How to Be Cool If You're Balding. There's parts 1 through 11, and interjected in between each of those, every so often, are videos like this, where I just pop out in real time, and then the very next video is the next part of that, where my hair was before my haircut, and I'm wearing that denim shirt. Okay, so check this out. I'm looking at the comment section of part 2 of 11, Am I Competent? Which, man, there's so much good stuff there in the comment section. Specifically, I want to focus on one specific comment that got me thinking about something I never really put together before. I want to share it with you. So, Andrew Moss, he had this to say, quote, "I'd like to see Nick do a video about how you're expected to behave when you're bald. I can't help but think that men with submissive personality types will struggle to behave like a bald man is expected to, whereas men with dominant personalities will live up to the whole macho alpha male stereotype that is associated with baldness and therefore pull it off better. When you look at men who often pull off baldness, it's not just because of their overall appearance, it's their behavior too. Jason Statham and The Rock can pull it off because they have very masculine personalities. Not everyone can say that about themselves. Most shy guys are obviously going to find it harder to cope with baldness," end quote. I endorse every word in that comment. I agree with it. I see it as truth. So now it's got me thinking as I'm doing this video, what would be the interesting twist on this video? Well, it's being said here that in order for you to be able to pull off the completely bald look, you have to have something inside of you of your personality that's going to match that. If you're shy and timid and you can't really rock that persona, then it's not going to be the same. But my question for you is this. I stood here for over 3 months with a zero guard buzz cut. I made over 100 videos that way. So the question is, do I have that alpha male, super masculine personality to match it? Because granted, I received a lot of praise from you when I was shaving my hair. I personally felt it's the best look on me. Even with hair, I feel zero guard is the best for me. And I kept saying that for me, it was a true extension of my personality and my identity on the outside was the shaved head. That's how I personally felt about it. I also feel though that my personality is not alpha male. I feel that I am not overly masculine, but at the same time, I feel that I've got a healthy understanding of what it means to be a masculine male. And I also think that somewhere on that scale, it becomes moronic to be, I don't know, so masculine, because then then it's like your intelligence decreases. Then you're reduced to a guy, football, yeah, bacon, beef, and then you crush a beer can on your head. You know, it's that whole concept. So for me, I feel that it's a matter of understanding what it means to be masculine, and I do feel that I understand because so much of it is based on confidence and being funny and being a good communicator. Those are traits that people expect of men, and they find them to be specifically masculine, just like the trait of being decisive is another masculine trait. So I feel that yes, I'm very aware of masculinity and what that means to me. But as far as what we see on movies or whatever, certain characters, and they pull that, Bruce Willis would be another one. As far as me having that personality, I'd say no. So I'm trying to sort this out right now, and you can help me. Where do you think I stand? I mean, we know that I rock the zero guard buzz cut. We know it looked good, and my personality matched it. But in congruence to that comment that I just read, I'm not an alpha male, and I would never want to be, because I don't see alpha males as good communicators. I don't even see it as an admirable thing to be an alpha male, because, man, I should do a whole other video about that. But I think that ultimately I don't have respect for alpha males. I probably have respect for men that are not in that place, because I feel that there's not as much of a connection and understanding that they have with everyone else. And for me, I want to be the guy that can communicate to everybody. But I think alpha males tend to just be very tunnel vision on how they see people and how they reduce certain people in their minds. And I'm not that way. I want to be someone who can appreciate everybody, wherever you're coming from, whatever your background is, whatever you believe. I see you having value and a place. And I just don't see that alpha males are that way. So, man, is this turning off? Is this like spinning off into its own video within itself? Like, do I need to like end the video by saying, so what kind of male am I then? I can pull off the zero guard buzz cut based on my personality, not just my physical traits. So in the scale of masculinity, where would I fall if we were to put a label on me? But at the same time, I'm still fully agreeing with that comment that, yeah, your personality has to match the look. But I would also argue that, and I've read this so many times in the comment section, that men who are losing their hair and then go with the zero guard buzz cut, it's like they become a new person and they become more confident and they reinvent themselves with that look. So maybe it comes with the territory. Maybe you get rid of the hair and something inside of you goes off and says, yeah, this is me. This is the confident version of me when I'm not having to worry about my hair anymore. If I didn't, and it's almost like this. It's like, okay, imagine the guy's balding and he thinks, okay, if only I had hair again. Okay, so in the first version of the story, the guy ends up getting a hair transplant. It takes on great. It looks great. Now he's got hair and he's so happy. But in the other version of this, he just starts shaving his head, and in that version, he's just as happy. And I think for me, that's why I'm a balding advocate, because if ultimately both ends reach the same result, and I can just shave it all off and take care of the problem, remove the instead of fixing the problem, I just remove the problem. And I think that thinking within itself probably matches the identity of someone who can pull off the bald look. Whereas certain men need to have the hair to have that confidence, others don't. You're hearing the teachings, the mindset of someone who is a balding advocate. And that's not for me to make anyone out there feel, that if you have a hair transplant or whatever, that you're a lesser person, anything like that. But I do recognize that it takes a certain person to buzz their hair off to begin with. It was funny, I remember when I was in California a couple months ago, my sister-in-law happened to see the video where I had hair about this long and where I buzzed it off for the first time with zero guard, back in February. And the moment I started doing it, she was like, oh no, is this, and I had to remind myself that for me, it was nothing to shave off my hair. But for certain men, that would be a terrifying thought because they're so attached to their hair, whereas I'm not. If anything, my hair is just a way that I make money on the side, and I know that. And I'm thinking, if all of you knew my secret, one of my secrets is you find some sort of perceived physical flaw, and as long as you're not actually have confidence issues because of it, if you openly talk about it, you realize that other people have that same insecurity. And then you draw them in, and then they see you as a leader and even an expert on it. Okay, I wasn't supposed to be so honest just then, but that's ultimately what the motivation of this whole channel is all about. But I guess, imagine me though, the words that I'm saying right now, if I had my zero guard buzz cut, am I deserving enough in the name of masculinity to really deserve that hairstyle? I think that's something that I don't know the answer to yet. And I was so fascinated by that comment that I thought, I need to explore this, and I'm depending on you to comment and for us to sort this out. So I guess ultimately the takeaway is, when it comes to pulling off the zero guard buzz cut, some people are going to say, well, you have to have the right head shape or whatever. But I think most importantly, you have to have the right personality. You have to be a confident enough person to be able to shave your head like I did for those 3 months. But I do wonder if that personality comes alive once you get rid of the hair, which is the thing that causes the confidence to go away to begin with. It's like you shave off your lack of confidence, literally and figuratively. All right, well, I'm going to bed now. As for you, you're gonna leave a comment and you're gonna help me sort this out right here.